Welcome back, and thank you so very much for joining us today. We have two lovely gentlemen with us today. Dr. Henry Nelson from Birmingham, Alabama. He's he Project Hope. He brings hope to Covington County, doesn't he? He really does. And Mr. Terry Kilpatrick, who is a section, not Section 8, it's
Section 8.
Section,
Yes,
I was going to say Title 8, but it's Section 8
yes, sir. Section 8.
Coordinator for Covington County, but in particular, take care of the OP Housing Project, don't you?
Yes, sir. Well, my office is at OP Housing Authority.
Okay, you Section 8 for...
I'm Section 8 Coordinator. We cover Covington County.
Well, you know, this is the month of June, and on June 21st, there's a very important day called Father's Day.
Yes, sir.
And you know what? They got some exciting plans for Father's Day. Terry, tell us about Father's Day and what it has to do with the housing.
Well, there's a HUD initiative, which Dr. Nelson, I'm sure, will share with us in a few minutes, that aims at reconnecting absent fathers with their children, or connecting or reconnecting. There's my grandmother, and everybody's grandmother's always said you can, that you can catch more flies with honey than vinegar.
That is true.
So instead of one of the things that we are trying to do towards that end of reconnecting fathers with, or connecting fathers with their children, is that we, along with other housing authorities across the country, we're having a Father's Day celebration, by any other name. Now, what that means is the Saturday, June the 20th, from 10 until 3, we're having several events. Well, we have a single event, but we're going to have the fun stuff, which hopefully all will be fun, but stuff that everybody, is the big draw. We have inflatables, we have bouncing houses, we're going to have kids' activities, we're going to have grilled hot dogs and hamburgers and chips, refreshments, and at 1 o'clock we've got a concert by a guy from Slocum named Sarge.
Really?
Yes, sir.
From Slocum, Alabama?
Slocum, Alabama. He is a gospel rapper.
Okay.
And he has a vision and a talent, and he puts on some kind of a show. I mean, he is, not only does he get up there and perform musically, but he also has a good message and really, really connects with young people.
Well,
now,
tell us the location. Is this going to be on that Sunday, or is it going to be on
Saturday before.
Okay.
The Saturday before Father's Day.
Okay.
Opp Housing Authority, our office is located at 800 Barnes Street in Opp. Now, the event is going to be held across the street from the Housing Authority. Not at the baseball field across the street, but across the other street.
The other street.
There's a grassy area between the apartments, and it'll be the area with the inflatables and the little sound stage. And
now, is everybody in Covington County invited?
Everybody's invited. For the concert is, it's free, of course. They can just come by and and enjoy it. We've got now. I talked about the fun stuff, and like I say, all of it's fun. But another thing that I'm equally excited about, it's not going to be just like a fair where you just bring the kids, and it is like that too. But it's also going to be, we're going to have participants that are going to have they're going to have information booths. We've got LBW is going to be there, their adult education program. We've got Wallace Community College is going to be there with their education program. We're going to have CCB Bank is going to be there with financial information. Alabama Legal Services, they're going to be there to meet with folks and give out information and even some advice if they need it. We also have Medical Aids Outreach from Dothan. They're going to be there. Oh, I'm going to be leaving somebody out.
It's hard when you go cold
Alabama
turkey.
Health Department is going to be there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. U.S. Army recruiter is going to be there from an Andalusia station. We're excited about that. Not only will parents be able to have fun with their kids, but we're trying to connect them with some resources that are available to them, right there in the community. Right here in
it's about
community
development too, and relationship development.
Exactly. You said it right there, Bob. I mean, building relationships, primarily. If you could boil down our purpose, I keep coming back to it and I hate to keep harping on it, but it is to connect or reconnect, absent fathers with their children. I mean, that's the purpose. Doesn't mean we can't have fun doing it.
Well, I'm going to interrupt you and tell you this story. I've been interviewing people for 6 months now. And everybody that I interview, whether it be the superintendent of schools for county or city or mental health, poverty is the #1 problem with education. And if you could eliminate poverty, you probably would be a heck of a lot further along with your education program in the state of Alabama. Now, we have so many in Covington County, single women head of household. And that means grandmothers raising their grandchildren and mothers raising their children. And we have a lot of programs. That's true. But reconciliation of a relationship is critical to the development of people, of us. And I have loved a lot of people, but I hadn't loved and respected a lot of people. You have to have love and respect. And even though you're in a disrespectful situation, there are a lot of ways to reconcile. You can write a letter. You can just think about them that day. When are you going to get kicked off on that Saturday? What time are you going to get kicked
10 o'clock is
Okay.
when the festivities begin, and everybody will be set up. We've got now the concert from 1 until 3. The inflatables and everything will kind of shut down, and we'll focus on the concert.
Okay.
And everybody will be right there. We'll have bleachers. I highly recommend, however, if you want a place to sit, bring a lawn chair. That would guarantee you a place to sit. Typically, we have around 400 folks, in that area, give or take. Probably with the concert and with the gracious promotion,
Right.
we're looking at maybe breaking that this year. This has grown every year. It's gotten, we've gotten bigger and we've gotten reached, more and more people with it. It is, we're fortunate to have, at the heart of this, we're fortunate to have, and I don't, mean to pin laurels and,
Right.
On just haphazardly, but our executive director, who is over the housing authority, Beverly Barber,
Right.
when she came to the housing authority several years ago, she had a vision, and a vision not just of, running a housing authority well, making it a well-oiled machine. Sure, there's that, but she had a vision for the community. She looks at her job not as a 9 to 5 or 7:30 to 6. Whatever.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
She looks at it as a ministry. And
Right.
that has taken root in the housing authority itself, in the staff, in the community itself. It's not a housing authority with apartments. There's a sense of a neighborhood that we're trying to foster that was there whether we wanted to participate or not.
Absolutely.
Her vision, her ministry is that we participate, and in an already existing community, and we make it better. My son and I, who's, I always brag on him, who graduated Baylor, a year ago, when he and I would go camping, our goal was to leave the campsite better than we found it. That meant whether we picked it up or not, whether we burned in the fire ring or not, we picked it up. We left it better than we found it. That's the philosophy that Ms. Barber brought to the housing authority. Not the status quo, but we leave it better than we found it.
Amen.
And this is only one thing towards that end. Is our Father's Day event. We have the resources to gather those other resources together, and I think we would be remiss to miss this opportunity to do that. Not for ourselves and not in a giving. I mean, because nobody will have more fun than I will. My kids are coming. They're gonna, my wife's gonna be doing face painting. We're gonna all participate and have a ball doing it. But at the same time, it's nice to see other people being able to enjoy it. To become aware of, you would be surprised, to become aware of programs that they didn't know that were available.
That's what's so amazing about these things. They find out what's available.
Exactly, Bob. They know they're there, but they don't know. They might know how to get that it's just a phone call away. They know it's down the road.
Right. Well, it's intimidating to go to LBW for the first time.
Oh, sure.
But if you ever get there, they're going to take you right over to the financial office first. We had that lady on. She's going to help you get a Pell Grant. She's going to make sure that you get that education. They want you in their business.
Well, my clients that are students, they refer to, they refer to the folks at LBW. They refer to we're in a small town. We're in a rural, this is a
Yeah.
rural community. Everybody knows everybody, good or bad.
Yeah.
But everybody knows everybody.
Sometimes they can't forget.
Yeah. Well, that's right. That's right. I think sometimes our skeletons are in closets with glass doors. Sometimes,
Well, my life's pretty open book, but our listeners, the people that are watching this show, are some of the most compassionate people I've ever known. Actually, every time we talk about something, they try to participate and help. How can the public help with this? And just not necessarily with this particular Father's Day, but in general, how can the public be of service to this community?
Well, one of the things right now specifically, get the word out.
Okay.
Get the word out. We want to, we want the Father's Day. We want the Father's Day event to just, perhaps, I don't know if I'm choosing my word correctly, but to be a catalyst for, a changed perception of public housing. There's a national campaign towards that end. And I would like to.
We may have to do a second segment just
well,
to
we
get it
could,
all in.
we would. I'd love to have
because there's so much to talk about. The thing about it is, when we're asking you and inviting you to this Father's Day on June the 20th,
Yes, sir.
right on Barn Street, right across from the house, and on the grassy field, not the baseball
That's
field.
right. That's
And
right.
we're sincere when we're asking you to come. We're not just throwing this out. We want you to come and have a good time.
Yes, sir.
And you can honestly learn about your community because there's going to be community leaders there to help you go further with your life in
Exactly.
education and
Yes,
banking,
sir.
Army. We've got all kind of representatives coming.
And
It's going to be fun and education.
And fun and educational. There is edutainment.
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 And we will have a gospel singer,
Yes, sir.
a rap gospel singer.
with a powerful message. Now there's one more thing one group of folks I wanted to acknowledge, and the Public Affairs Office out of Fort Rooker. We're getting some warrant officer candidates that are coming. There are 13 that are coming to volunteer. They're the reason we're going to be able to have things like sack races and relay races and tug of war, and we haven't really made the list yet, but if it were left up to our staff and our volunteers just from the housing authority, we couldn't do that. Because you've got to have supervision. You can't just give the kids a tug of war, or a big rope and then just give them water balloons and say have at it. I mean, you've got to have
Those guys always are willing to sacrifice their Saturday for the good of some people, some kids having a ball.
Bob, their help was two emails and a phone call away. I don't mean.
Well, we're going to wrap up this section, and we're going to come back in just a minute. So y'all stay with us. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to express the national side of this and some more of the local side of it, because we're all on this boat together, and we need to keep paddling. Thanks for watching.